Hey everybody, just an update. This is a cacao tree that I had grafted quite a while ago, almost going back about 7 or 8 months. And this is a scion of a variety from USDA, which came from Puerto Rico through Mayagüez USDA. They sent me scions, and I grafted a couple of them, and only like of the few that I was able to graft because I had no time, I was able to get 2 of them to graft nicely onto this tree, chupong. So that's a chupong, and it's grafted onto the chupong. So this variety here, if you look carefully, I'll show you. I think you'll be able to see it right about there. Yeah, that's the V. So that's where we did the cleft graft. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, because the label rubbed off, but I remember I had TARS 1, TARS 1, and I had TARS 31. So this is the first fruit of 31, and I think it's ready. It is a bit small. I'm not sure if that's the normal size of it, but we're going to pop it open and take a look and see if those seeds are ready. And in any event, I still have over here, I still have the TARS 1. You can see the graft up there. The TARS 1 is, there's the graft area. I hope you can see it. So that one's flowering. That one hasn't produced any fruit, but I got plenty of scion wood all over here. So I'll be grafting these pretty soon. So back to this guy. I'm gonna cut him off, and then we're gonna open it up, and we're gonna take a look and see how the seeds. Hopefully the seeds are good. I think that's. If I leave this on much longer, I think the seeds are going to get way ripe, and then they may actually already begin to germinate inside the pod. That's not really good because they've used up a lot of energy at that point. All right, so here it is. I opened it up, and I'm going to show you what they look like inside. That looks pretty nice and white. It is a rather small pod, but again, I don't know if that's because the pod was one of many pods that were on this tree. You can see this tree. I'm holding this with one hand, so I'm trying to be real careful that I don't drop this. But you can see that this is multi-grafted. So I have cacao there, which is the original tree. I have some grafts above it that are not producing yet, and then I have the one that I just removed. And then I have another one, which is actually a different variety, believe it or not. That one is from the tree, that's right. I call it cacao number 1. So that comes from one of my container grown trees. So this one is the first year that it's produced well on its own seed. In other words, on its own genetics. And then, like I said, there's 1, 2, 3, and a 4th one up at the top. So I think that because this tree has had a hefty crop, lots of production, and quite frankly, it's not really a very large tree, it's done a pretty good job. So maybe that TARS 31 is a small pod because of the amount of work this tree was doing to produce the fruit. I can see the tree's about 10 feet, maybe 10 feet. I'm going to come back to your attention to the TARS 31, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and take one out once I put the phone away for a second, and then I'll come back. We'll take a look at these seeds. All right, so judging from the flavor, because I just tasted the fruit. Again, this is the fruit. I tasted it. It has a very, very nice citrusy flavor, and it's a little sweeter than most of the other cacaos that I've tasted from my place, okay? The seed's a little smaller than some other cacaos I've seen. The seed is just a little smaller. I mean, I wouldn't say it's terribly small, but it's a little bit smaller. And you can see that the root is right there. Again, I'm doing this with my cell phone in one hand, so I apologize but for the focusing. But this is a nice, healthy looking seed, and that pod was probably at the perfect time to be picked based on the color. Also, I did tap it a few times to see if I heard a kind of a hollow sound, which by the way, I did hear a hollow sound, and that's sort of an indicator. But I was going more by the color. It has beautiful, full, complete color, and it's starting to get this brownish area on the outside. And I've seen that before, and then what happens is they've already began to germinate inside the pod. And at that point, if you're trying to make cacao, it's not a good idea to use pods that have germinated seeds. So, selecting them to be harvested takes a little experience, takes a little bit of time. I think that as you grow along, you'll learn and you'll figure it out. But yeah, the flavor of the actual pulp inside is very good, very nice, better than anything of the other ones I've tasted from my place. That's not to say the other ones cannot be good cacao. They probably can, but maybe this one, because it's a USDA selection, maybe this is a really superior quality in terms of the cacao, even though the seed is a little small. And again, the seed may be small, and the pod may be small because of the the number of pods that the mother plant, as I already said earlier, has on it. And again, it's funny because this tree here was the tree that I was literally going to cut down. And I kid you not, there's a funny thing, that a lot of people say, you tell a tree you're going to kill it, and the next thing you know, it's producing like crazy. The threat seems to work. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plant these seeds, all of these seeds, because I want to get more of these guys. And now these will probably be used mostly for grafting, but I will also probably have some of these available as seedlings, because you never know. From here, this could develop into a much better variety, because the progeny in there is got a lot of genetics that has now probably varied quite a bit because of the cross-pollination that can go on between these trees here and this guy here and another tree over there. I don't know if you can see that one in the container. And that's my fourth tree. That's a smaller tree. I have the number one tree is at another location here on the property. But anyway, thanks for watching, and just a little intro into the TARS 31, and hopefully TARS 1 will eventually begin to produce some fruit. I see some flowers there, so maybe we'll by the end of the summer into the spring, who knows, we may have some fruit.